Hi, Kimberly. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I do apologise. Leah Mac, hello. Where are you ladies coming in from this evening? Janice Norrie, good evening. Shakti Sirius, how are you? Well, look at you all quick off the mark this evening, and here was I being a tad behind. Do you know why? Because I was working on something really exciting. That's why. Marlene, good evening. Angie, hello. I'm very well, thank you for asking, Shakti. Really appreciate that. How about yourself? Hi, Kaya. Good to see you back again too. Now, I know that there's a couple of you over there in beautiful New Zealand. Where are the rest of you coming in from? Oh, Lord, look at that behind me. That's just terrible, isn't it? Let me just sort that out a moment. Mm. So we don't want that kind of nonsense going on in the background. I can create enough enough excitement in the background without anything like that going on. So where are you coming in from? I know some of you are from New Zealand. Tweed Heads. Oh, lovely spot, Tweed Heads. Tanya, hi. Hi, Leslie, all the way from WA. Guess what, Leslie? I'm all the way in WA. Welcome. Good to have you here. Newcastle, New South Wales. Very nice. West Coast in the US. Hi, Kyra. Is that correct? I hope so. And Kaya from Perth as well. This is really cool, you guys. You're all over the place. What type of healing gift do I have? Oh, do I have? Do you have? Let me see. Oh, really? Oh, no. See, I don't work on that level. Shakti, I will put it out there to the divine for you. Hi, Nick from Melbourne, downtown Melbourne. I hope you're doing well over there. Regional Vic, that's great. Sunny coast. Has it been nice and sunny over there, Elizabeth? Right, there's some names on here that I haven't seen before, so a really big welcome to you, beautiful people. Thank you for your time to be here. It is 20 to 6 in the afternoon over here on the sunny west coast of Australia, west coast of Western Australia. I have had such an exciting day, so much on, and brain's still a little bit all over the place. So I better harness it and bring it into this space for you and see what I can bring forward for you this evening. Now, for those of you who haven't met me before, I am a divine channel, a pure channel, a born seer and healer. I have dedicated my life of service to healing, to the divine, to helping. Hi from Ireland, Carolyn, welcome in. Caroline, my apologies, welcome. And I send back those beautiful hearts to you too. Central Queensland. So, oh, beautiful weather. That's awesome. Thank you, Kyra. Um, they say it is a gift, and I say in the gift and the curse is one of the same. So walking in my shoes for my life has been like the kid in the movie Sixth Sense. It's been like something out of Ghostbusters. It's been like something out of The Exorcist, and the exorcism of Marie Rose. It's been like something out of the days of Jesus. It's been really quite an amazing pathway. Now, if you need to be asking if you should marry the person you want to marry or if you should leave the person you're with, you're talking to the wrong person, right? If you are asking those sort of questions, you already know that answer. And seriously, do you need the angels? I work with archangels and your beautiful guides. Do they really need that kind of question and that kind of headache? Like, I don't think so. Um, St. Andrew's Beach. Ainsley, where is that? St. Andrew's Beach. Oh, and Toowoomba. Crystal, I was over on your part of the country. Goodness me, was it last year I was over there for the Small Business and Natural Healing Expo. It was fabulous. It was quite nice weather, a little on the warm side, but quite nice. So working on the level that I work at, having had the absolute privilege of visitations with archangels, seeing other angels, seeing other beings, understanding what people are doing when they're messing around with portals and playing with light language. This has been my life path. So I don't get caught up in the whimsical little stuff. You know that old saying, don't sweat the small stuff? I don't get caught up in the small stuff. I deal in heavy duty stuff and really, really important things in your life. Now, what would those important things be? They would be around you being able to live from your heart and live from your soul purpose, not the rubbish about love and should I leave this person, should I stay with that person. Oh Lord, if you're in a situation where you're not happy, why aren't you listening? And if you've got loved ones, I hope so. Crystal, I hope I will be back over there. Yeah, I would aim to be. I'd love to be over there to do some speaking and workshops again, or workshops on spiritual development. Kyra has got a very good question. Please guide me on any spiritual gift that I have, if any. Now, I actually have a school dedicated to people who are gifted, to people who do know that they are different, that they have got a gift. So let's see what the... so I have my first troll. If you buy into these people that are messaging you saying PM for a message, I'm going to warn you now that you will waste and lose your money. They have no right to be here on this page or at this time. Yes, thank you, Michelle. I just saw it. Thank you very much. If you're silly enough to, take them up on their offer, well, then so be it. And this is what we're talking about, listening to your inner guidance, listening to your soul and to your heart. When you do that, you're taking the guidance from your higher self and from the angels and from your guides, and you can never go wrong. For those of you who have got loved ones who have left this world, I welcome them to come in. Now, please understand that while I welcome them to come in, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will. It doesn't mean that they will present themselves. And that's not because they don't love you or they don't want to respond to you. There's many reasons why they may not connect through. But if they do, if I have someone come in, I will most certainly share it with you. If you... how to get back into my heart so my mind doesn't take over. Michelle, that is a fantastic question or a fantastic statement. Thank you, and that is the level that I work on. So I would love to know how to get back into my heart so my head doesn't take over. You know, having your mind be the driver of your life is living in the greatest illusion and will also take you down the most painful path of a life that you could ever dream of. Being able to go to your heart requires you to be able to trust and believe in that quiet voice, be able to harness the mind and make it still, make it quiet. And yes, you can. And there's one easy trick I'm going to give you tonight, and that is that you ask when there's a whole lot of noise and rubbish going on, and you place your hands on your heart and you ask, is this true? You see, one thing that the mind cannot do is override your soul. And when you ask if something is true and it is not, the mind can't answer you. So you'll find there's silence. Now, the other reason that your mind is running amok with you is because you are not grounded and centered. How many of you do the practices of grounding and centering so that you can hear the guidance of the angels, the guidance of your guides? You know, there are simple things you can do each day to make sure that you are receiving the guidance that they bring forward for you. The other thing is, do you listen? Do you even listen to the guidance that they offer? You know, so many of you bounce around all over the place looking for readings, looking for messages, but what's the point? What's the point when you don't pay attention or make those changes? You know, I have such a lot of people that come to me for healing, and they can be really chronically ill or have been ill with something very seriously. But they're not really wanting to heal because they don't take up the guidance, they don't take up the messages. They've got all the excuses under the sun as to why they're not going to do it or why they haven't done it. And that's just BS. It is that they really don't honour themselves enough, and they want someone else to fix it for them. It's like asking, should I buy the house with the white fence, or should I buy the one that's got the lawn? Oh, really? That kind of questioning, truly, people, that is you being way off centre, a long way from your heart, a long way from your soul, and you're just caught up in the illusion of this world. So your sense of reality is way out left field, way out. You're out of bounds, in fact. That's cool, Kyrie, to try to ground yourself. Don't try, ground yourself. So use techniques every day that align you. So you align to your heart, you align to your soul, so that you can receive the guidance. And you know, for those of you who want to be able to hear from your loved ones who are in spirit, you can do that anytime, as long as you put the premise up that that is who you want to hear from. You create a protective space when you ask, and you welcome them in the light of the divine. Don't welcome them in the light of the universe, because you will get everything and everybody answering you from out there. So you make it very specific who you want to hear from. You create a beautiful space. You do it every day at the same day, and you will start to hear and feel and just sense all of the love, and you will hear and receive the messages from your loved ones. It is something that you can do. Please hear me clearly. You must set up the space properly. Otherwise, you won't be hearing from your loved ones. You will hear from any opportunistic spirit, demon, anything that is out there. Cheryl Murray, hello. Hayley Marie, good evening. Gaydon, I will say that at the moment I don't have any loved ones that are really sticking out. Really sticking out to me at the moment. So when it comes to being able to center yourself so that you can receive the guidance from your guides, so that you can also feel and hear the support from the angels, because both of them answer all the time, and the poor things, they're not allowed not to. They have to. So as soon as you call for help, they respond. But it's not them, it's you. It's you who is not receptive, you who is being run by your noisy mind that prevents you from being able to receive their answers. So they will use people like me, they will use a book, they will use a stranger in a shopping centre who will just start talking to you about things, and you think, oh, that's what I wanted to know about, or that's what I was thinking about today. So when you begin your day using practices of being centered and grounded and cleared and cleansed and using intentions, you can find all this information, by the way, in my contribution in the Spiritual Discovery Journal. So I take you through those practices in the journal. If you would like one, email me so I can send it, or actually buy it online. You can go to my website, healwithgwenda.com, and order it from there, and we'll send one over for you. So using these kind of practices is what helps you be able to make decisions clearly through the guidance of your guides and be able to hear your loved ones. So first thought, right thought is quite often, Leah, that is quite correct. First thought, right thought. And then what do? Second guess it. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Or maybe this will happen. That's just the noise of the mind. Really isn't worth listening to. White noise. Now then, let's have a look and see what is going on around some of you. Now, please remember that I do not choose. It will be down to your guides and who they call forward, for at this time. Leah Mack, so I hope, yeah, Leah Mack, this is for you. You have been increasing your circle of focus. You've been increasing your circle of what it is that you want to do. So like increasing your energy. I can feel you coming out like this, as if you're expanding out more. The thing is that you have created a boundary around yourself. So you can only go so far. We need to make that boundary a little bit more pliable for yourself to be able to see beyond the boundary, because there is a little bit of fear that's actually holding you back, Leah Mack, or Lou Mack, I do apologise. You have got a little bit of fear that is preventing you from being able to expand further than what you already have. Now, coming away from that fear and allowing yourself to trust and believe, you'll find that you're going to be able to reach all of those dreams, all of those desires that you have been putting out there about your life and about your own expansion. Job well done for you. Kylie Nylon, there is a lot of friction with you. There's a lot of disturbance in your central nervous system, and you really need to calm your farm. You really need to settle yourself down so that you can see things for what they really are. You have been highly overreactive, and you have also been responding to things from a wrong perspective. So really not allowing yourself to hear. You're not been listening to the whole story of things, and there is a request here that you be more fair and considerate to both yourself and to other people that you have been clashing with, and give yourself the chance to step away and take things in differently. You know, you've been so very defensive, and you want to defend yourself now and say, well, of course I have been, because of this, this and this, but this is giving you the wrong slant on things. So first up, you need to really settle your central nervous system. That's you, Kylie Nylon, okay? Thank you, Leah. That's lovely. And please do start to really expand on yourself. You've got lovely potential there. And then I want to go to Sorry, who are you talking to? Yes. Sorry, I'm listening to someone in spirit. Sandy. The name Sandy is Sandy is being spoken, but until they come through with something a little bit more, I'm not going to go any further. But I'm going to speak to Annette King. So Annette King, very strong acid in around the throat. This is a man who has passed from this life. He had a lot of very sick, a lot of issues with his stomach and a lot of reflux, a lot of acid coming up into his chest, and an excessive amount of fluid through his lungs and also from his stomach. A very sick man. Now, to a lot of people, it will have looked that this came on very suddenly, and it's thought that he passed very suddenly. But the thing is, Annette King, that he was actually sick for quite some time, but he kept ignoring the signs and he kept pushing it to the wayside, which was very typical of the way that this man lived his life. He would just do things to the nth degree, and he shows himself as having been quite a solid man in this lifetime, not overweight, just solid through the way that he lived, but he did live life like a bull at a gate. So Annette King, this lovely man, comes in and now shows himself as being completely rejuvenated and healed. So he's been through the beautiful hospital in heaven, as I like to call it, and is now free of everything that was constrictive and restrictive for him in this lifetime. And he comes to you because he has a message to you about the house that you're living in, and says that there is some really serious problems with the foundations of the house that you're living in, and that there is a need for you to be looking for somewhere else. The amount of work that needs to be done on the house is going to be too costly to be worth doing. And King, really have a look around your house and do not ignore things. And this is his greatest message. You know, he ignored the signs, and he's saying don't ignore things. When things start to get cracks, look like they're falling apart, brick coming out, step falling apart, anything around the house, don't ignore it. There is some really serious issues with the foundations of your house. For Cheryl Murray, I've got a lot of disruption with you to do with lactose, and I don't normally like to agree with these things, but your system is having quite a bit of trouble with the likes of cheese, is what I've got here. So the other thing about cheese is that this is what plaque in the arteries look like. It looks like a mucky cottage cheese, and this goes to you. So this is not a good place for this to be, Cheryl Murray. You really need to pay attention to the health of your heart, to the health of your arteries. You can clean it up. You need to just really remove a lot of fats and processed foods, and you need to get moving, but slowly, so that you can restore the arteries and things to your heart. This would be this is fatty deposits, and it would also be seen as the not so good cholesterol build up in your system. You need to take good care of yourself there. Kerry Addison, hello. Vicky Ward, hello. Barbie Sims, there is that's really not it's not a good question, Barbie, and I'd like to say to all of you, don't ever step yourself forward and say, "Has any spirit want to have a chat with me?" Because you've got no idea who will be answering you, and it is simply not wise. So don't mess with spirit. If you want to speak or you want to hear from your guides, That is your right to hear from your guides. It's none of your business what someone else's guides are saying for them or what someone else's guides want to bring to them. So, you know, if you want to hear about what's going on with your partner or with your kids or your boss at work, guess what? Mind your own business, because you cannot ask their guides. So when you're wanting to ask spirit, you must be a lot more precise as to who you are seeking to hear from and why. What do you want from them? This is serious business, people. There's a lot of people out there that mess around with this stuff. And I can tell you, as I said, this has been my life's journey. Like the kid out of The Sixth Sense, like out of The Exorcist. Don't mess with this stuff. And people who play with it really make my hair stand on end. Michelle, I don't have any loved ones in at the moment. I'm sorry that it seems to be pretty quiet up there in the heavens, but if they come through, I will let you know. Barbie, okay, that is too soon, Barbie. She will be in transition presently. Not accessible to me and certainly should not be here. It's not a time for her to be able to connect. You need to give her a little bit more time, love, for her to be able to, you know, finish that journey that she's just started. Angela Phillips. Have been doing mouth rinse water than the rest. Amazing. Oh, that's fabulous, fabulous, Angela. It's lovely, and it's great to have you here. Thank you. Yes, love, that the water rinsing and then the rest of it, yeah, makes a big difference to your health dramatically. Trudy Williams, good evening to you. Now let me see. You know, quite often we get faced with choices. You know, we ask for choices. Aren't we lucky that we even get them? And we have a choice every day anyway. We have a choice every day as to how we are going to step into the day, how we're going to show up in our life, how we're going to show up in the world, how we're going to honour ourselves, how we're going to nurture ourselves. These are all the choices we have to ourselves before our day even gets underway. But Trudy Williams, you have got 3 options coming your way. You have got 3 new pathways opening up for you. Now, these are all work-related, Trudy Williams, so you've got 3 new avenues coming to you in regards to work. This means that you are very fortunate, because not often do we have 3 pathways open up in regards to your work and your work position. So these 3 pathways opening up for you means that you can now choose whether you go sideways, which would really not be of great help to you, or you're going to have a choice where you can step up a little bit. It's no great promotion, but there is an opportunity for you to step up a little, which means a little bit more by way of money and a little bit more responsibility. The thing is, what is it that you really want? Okay, what do you want from your work environment? So that's what you need to think about when you have these 3 new opportunities come up. Oh, Haley Marie, absolutely. And don't for 1 minute believe anyone who says there's not. And don't believe people that tell you that these different alien beings are all here for love and light and joy either. Barbie, no, love, I wasn't saying you were messing. I was talking in general about people who mess around with spirit. My mention was very specifically When you are asking spirit for messages, be more specific, be very careful about how you and everyone else, I'm not just addressing you, Barbie, I'm talking to everyone. So um, when you are wanting to speak with loved ones, or you're wanting to hear from your guides, find out how to do it properly and be mindful, because yes, as Haley's asking, wow, so there really are bad spirits out there. Too right, there are, and they will answer you as quick as a wink. In fact, I had a message from a young woman the other day telling me that she thought her grandmother had been visiting her. The young woman is pregnant. Her grandma was her greatest love of her life, and she passed away 2 years ago. And she said she thought her grandma came and sat on her bed and had put her hand on her lap. She said the funny thing was it was really, really cold, and I felt strange. And I'm so glad she sent me the message. I said, you order that spirit out right now. That is not your grandmother. No way. So yes, there are always, just like in the living that you know of, there are always wanton spirits around who are problematic. Um, Aware of what I can and can't attract, but thank you. Well, good. If you're aware of what you can and can't attract, then put that to practice, Barbie. Make good use of it. Um, Thank you, Casey. It's lovely. Sonia Hibbert, hello. Um, if you feel that you need the blessings and the guidance from a loved one, they already know. Please pay attention when you ask for that, because they will answer you if they're able to. They will answer you. So, if you're calling for your loved ones, then pay attention. Give them the respect and the love to show them that you're listening. Try very much better. Kate Lawler, you're on a wobbly track. You're certainly not on easy road, are you, love? So you're on a little bit of a windy path, Kate, and it can feel to you like it's wobbly. It feels like you're not just going straight down that direction. But you know what, Kate? That's the way you like life. You really don't like things to be too serious. You don't like things to have harsh edges on them. So you do like for things to, mooch along like that. And that's exactly what your path has got going on at the moment. And yes, it is the right track for you. So you need to just keep meandering down this path the way you're going, and keep smiling, Kate. Keep bringing that beautiful energy that you have for other people with you, and lighting up their pathway for them. Wendy Harvey, regarding your health, you need to really clean up your blood. So a lot of your energy that is being affected and going up and down so much, and also your sleep patterns, it's because there is, for want of a better word, too many toxicities or toxins in your blood. Need to do a really good clean out, okay? Thanks, Barbie. Really appreciate that. Tracy Holmes. Well, Tracy, things are really quite a mystery for you at the moment, and that's the expression they use too, that it's like looking in a mystery bag for you. With you, really, it means that you're very uncertain about what it is that you want to be doing, and your guides are just actually sitting back waiting for you to make up your mind, because they're saying that you yourself are just not certain of going forward. And one of the reasons for that is you being caught up in a lot of the falseness that's been around, and you concerning yourself about what that's going to do for you. So you need to just get a little bit more clear on what it is that you would really like. All right. Good on you, Sonia. Hi, Vicky Ward. Natasha. Hello, Natasha. Your name is really calling out from there. Natasha, where are you from, please? Natasha Cleghorn, where are you coming in from? I do find it really quite entertaining with the the drop-ins and the drop-outs. And this is why you're welcome, Tracy. This is why I don't why I don't work on the lower levels of things. Um, oh my, thank you. Thank you, Carly. That's lovely. Hi, Angie Marie Clavecchio. Very nice. Um, Now then, let's have a look at the kind of things that you all get bogged down in, right? You get bogged down in feeling that there isn't going to be love in your life, not enough money in your life, not enough assurity about work in your life, whether I should move or whether I shouldn't move. You know, really, when you come home to yourself, and you do those practices I was talking about earlier, and you enrich your life, when you live a soulful life from the truth of your heart and your soul, you don't even have to ask those questions. Now, on a human level, I'm going to say to you that if you would like love in your life, you better have a look and see how much love you are giving to yourself and what kind of love are you giving outwardly. Because if you're waiting for love to come to you, you better be able to say that your heart is full of unconditional love for yourself. And you better be able to say that you are living from your heart and very peaceful in your heart. When you are like that, you draw the right kind of love to you. Now, you will have all made the mistake of thinking, he's the one, she's the one, I've got it right this time. I know I have in my earlier years. Not until you really understand what love means for you and what it is for you, how it is for you, not until you really understand that and until you know what it's like to be in your own heart and you fix any of the disturbances in your heart, then you bring in, you call in the right kind of love. And you don't have to ask. You don't have to ask any questions about receiving love. When it um, yeah, Kate, it's the best journey you can ever take in your life. The journey to really know who you are, really understand. Oh, Wendy, right. Good luck, darling, good luck. Ask for Wendy Harvey. Please ask for angelic light, specifically the light of Jesus. And yes, he is real. Ask for the light of Jesus to come to you as you go to that appointment. We'll be thinking of you. So going on the journey of really coming to know who you are and what you are all about means you've got to be able to get rid of all the conditioning, the patterning, the garbage that's been, you know, put upon you for all the years that you've been in this world. And as Kate says, it's finding your true self. It's the most incredible, I say it's the most incredible journey you will ever take. And then you live from a space of strength. You live from a space of courage, really strong courage. You have an amazing determination and you can be inspiring to yourself. You no longer live from a space of fear or worry, right? So when you're looking for guidance from your guides and from the angels, take the time to make sure that you are coming from your true space, your truth. Now, getting to your truth is not like reading a book, and it's not something that you just do, oh, turn the light on and off, oh, I'm just going to live from my truth. It doesn't happen like that. You have to actually do the inner work. You have to make the effort, which means using practices like I began with earlier. So being able to be your best version of you is how you live a life where you can hear the guidance from your guides and you can connect with the angels. If that is your belief, now, you know, yes, Tracy. That's exactly right. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Jodie Marie. Um, if you aren't planting beautiful seeds within your mind from your heart, you're going to find life is a constant struggle. If you're living to please other people and you're always looking for a surety from certainty and security from other people, you're never going to find harmony in your life. The only one that has the power of your life is you. And the way to live that is to do those practices that I was first talking about. The way to do that is to give yourself a chance to know who you are and to really utilize the wisdom of your soul. The wisdom of your soul, your higher self, is incredible. It's limitless. It can bring you anything that you want. You just need to know how to get there. And that's my gig. That's what I love doing. So taking people on that journey and bringing them to their heart, to their soul. Teaching them, as beautiful Tracy has said here, planting, your garden, so your inner garden. And it is like a garden. If you looked upon yourself as a garden, how are you tending it? What kind of seeds are you putting in your garden, and what kind of watering, nurturing, loving are you doing? Is it crap, or is it loving, tenderness, compassion, kindness? It's so important, people, that you take this on. If you want to be able to have that beautiful surety of hearing your guides, getting that guidance, hearing that inner voice, and being able to get your own answers, because you have them. There is nothing that you don't have an answer to. There's nothing you don't have a solution to, absolutely nothing. So a gorgeous lady here has asked about getting a fright a few years ago, and now I'm a little apprehensive. How does one get through the fear? Well, there's a few different ways you can get through the fear, but the easiest one is to keep yourself in this present moment. The easiest one is to keep yourself in what is real right now. Now, I understand that there are circumstances that can be absolutely traumatic and really quite horrific, and it takes time to heal past those things. If you have been in a situation, for example, soldiers that have actually gone to real wars and have seen their counterparts blown up and awful things like that, those kind of shocks actually create soul fragmentation, and they need serious help to get over that. So when you've had some kind of disturbance around you, some kind of shock, fright, I was in Sydney many years ago, and I had my handbag wrenched off my shoulder, just about took my shoulder with him, stole my bag, and of course I had my flight ticket and everything in that bag. So I didn't want to leave it in the hotel room. So here I am now with no bag, no flight ticket, no bloody nothing. And that was a horrible experience. But it, Barbie, back to you, darling. Thank you very much. Back to you. Um, but the next day, when my mind wanted to take me back into that space and into that awful fright, then I halted it because it was not true. Another troll. So you need to get off this site. You have no right to be on this site. Right? Now, once again, for those of you who are still here, if you take up with this fool of a person who's got no morals, no ethics, no decency, yes, Kerry, thank you, and Angie, oh, you girls are on it, and Hope, then more fool you, right? They have no decency about them whatsoever. You're so funny, Alpha. I just might have to send some of my beautiful little helpers around to give you a little flea in the ear, I think. So, where was I at? Distracted myself. So, getting past things that are really frightening and we get a fright, you really have to harness the mind, because it's only the mind that will take you into that fear space. It's only the mind that will keep projecting that movie over and over, and that sensation. I mean, yeah, I got a terrible sick feeling in my gut all the time for the next couple of days, the sensation of the bag being ripped off me. But the mind wanted to tell me other nonsense that didn't happen. So coming into this space, coming into where you are right now, that is how you will harness your mind. Yeah, I'll fix this little red go-kart, Hope. It's you're playing on the wrong person here. I'll call up all my team and send them around. It'll sort you out. Um, Anywho, not giving you any more energy. I just leave it to my unseen friends. Hope, I'd like to come to you before I start to sign off. And for you, Hope, thank you very much for being here this evening. You know, Hope, you were given a most wonderful name, and it is so very, very appropriate to you. However, in this last, it's very appropriate to you for what you were going to bring to this world and what indeed you had been bringing to this world. But in this last 18 months, you have started to question yourself instead of just being you. Hope this is for you. So it's really important for you to let yourself go back to your truth, Hope. You know, you weren't given that name for no real good reason. You were given that name because that's what you're to bring to the world. You were always going to be that beautiful shining light that could help other people feel that there was always hope and always will be. But in the last 18 months, you've become a little bit more withdrawn, and you're not as social, and it's nothing to do with all the hoo-ha of the world. You've just withdrawn yourself away from things, and you've started to question yourself. So you're actually been questioning your own integrity, your own knowing. So Hope, you need to come back, love, to your own heart and really sitting in that beautiful space that is you. And I want to say to you too, Hope, that 6 months' time, you have got a really nice windfall coming to you. Now, it is an opportunistic ticket or an opportunistic event that brings you this windfall, Hope, but it is going to be fantastic. And you will say, as you walk away, like, I've got no idea why I did that, why I bought that. So it's going to be an unusual kind of raffle ticket, and it's going to bring you very good luck, very good luck. This person, you're an idiot, an absolute idiot. Yes, Kylie, been a thank you, Wendy, and thank you, Kylie. Alpha Ario, that's your real name. You're a fool, and trust me, you're about to come unstuck. So you're going to run into some rather unfortunate things coming your way. Righto, everybody. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Wendy, anyone that... oh, I hope that's beautiful. Enjoy those goosey bumps, darling. Thank you to everyone who recognised that there's been this fool of a troll here tonight. And thank you so much for staying with me and hearing me. And I hope that next Tuesday, when I'm back again, we'll have a look and see what Spirit wished me to talk to you about and what I can bring for you. Maybe I'll choose a topic, or we'll look into ways that can really help you manage in your life using the guidance from your heart, the guidance from your guides, and ways that can help you get there. You know, there are beautiful tools and things that you can use, but the best one of all, is your own self. The best one of all is to trust your heart and go to your higher self. So perhaps next week we'll look at a meditation to help you get there, and see what's cooking for you. Tracy, thank you very much. And a first time visitor, that's beautiful, and thank you for not buying into that fool. You're very welcome. And Jody Marie, an absolute pleasure. Everybody be very safe. Make sure that you're loving yourself first. Remember, make that garden the most beautiful garden that you're creating for yourself, and that you are bringing goodness to yourself so that you've got enough to share to everyone else. Good night to you all, and I'll see you next week. Take good care.